Good morning. It is Monday, October 5th. My name is Todd Miller. I'm the broker and owner of State Realty Solutions. What I wanted to do today was give you an update to the real estate market, let you know what's going on in our market, give you some numbers, and give you some strategies for how to do business and how to get real estate purchased right now in this marketplace. We have some unique things going on, so we'll jump right into the numbers. Want to start off with, for those of you who are actively looking, you've probably noticed that the number of available inventory, specifically in REOs, has dropped substantially over the past 3 to 4 months. Some general numbers. Right now there are 26,700 houses that are listed on the market. 26,700. Now that's not much of a different number over the last 3 years. I mean, for the last 3 years it's been anywhere from 24,000 up to about 29,000. But a lot of you are going to say, hey, wait a minute, I know that's not right, that that there's nothing out there for us to go write offers on. And this is kind of what's happened. Of those 26,700, typically at any time, we have about 5,000 houses in an under contingent status, meaning they're contingent, they're pending, they're essentially still for sale, but they're off the market because they have an offer on them, and most of those tend to get accepted. Right now we have 11,800 houses that are in some sort of status, either contingent, pending, meaning they have an offer on them and the deal's being negotiated. And I want to kind of delve into that number a little bit because that leaves 15,000 houses out there for sale. And you're probably saying, wait a minute, if there's 15,000 houses, what is it about those that I can't go get an offer accepted on those, and why is it that it seems like that there's no deals out there? So 11,800 houses. Now keep this in mind. A lot of those are short sales that have been under contract for months waiting for approvals. So we're just going to take and throw those out. Okay. Now the other and specifically of those 11,000, 5,000 of those are short sales, which means we could be looking at them getting accepted or them never getting accepted. Okay, some of those are going to stay in that status until they get foreclosed on, and then they're going to come back as an REO. So, all right, of those 11,806 houses, 2,300 of them are REO properties. Okay, the rest of those are equity sellers, and there's a lot of equity sellers out there. There are still about 3,000 REOs available on the market, of which about 1,700 of those are condos. Okay, and there's some opportunities in condos that we'll talk about. All right. Okay. Okay. Specifically, with all the houses that appear to be on the market, because like I said, there are 15,000 houses on the market, you're probably scratching your head and go, wait a minute, Todd, I know that can't be true because every time I put an offer, there's 20 other offers. Okay, this is what's going on. What's happening is everybody, the buyers, the real estate agents, are all focusing in on the same houses. There are tons of houses available, but everyone wants 1,800 square foot 4-bedroom house in the Southwest for $140,000. And lo and behold, 1 or 2 of those will pop up. Everyone in the world now finds out about them through the internet, through the MLS, and all those sources, and they all write offers because they go, Mike, these are great deals. The problem is that you have probably 20 or 30 houses that are listed at 180 or 190 that nobody's writing offers on because everyone wants the killer deal. We've sort of been faked into this false sense of pricing based on what houses sold for 4 or 5 months ago. When there were a bunch of houses in that price range, those are gone. So what's happened is we've got a couple hangers on, a couple houses get listed there because of a BPO or an appraisal, and everyone wants to buy those. So what happens is you have the same agents, in a lot of cases with the same buyers, meaning you have multiple buyers writing offers on multiple properties or even the same properties with different agents, and they're creating this frenzy to where people believe, hey, there are no houses available. Truth is that there are a lot of houses available. You just have to get rid of your mindset about what pricing should be and look at really what's out there in the inventory. I think if you do that, you're going to have a better idea. Okay. One of the other things that you probably experience are multiple offers on properties. It's not uncommon for us to see 20 or 30 offers within the first 3 or 4 days on a property. So I'm going to go over some things you can do is an agent, and if you're an asset manager or you're a seller and you're trying to figure out, how I should price these things or what I should be looking at to accept, then we're gonna talk about that, right? The first strategy is cash wins. Okay, if you're running out around there with your FHA buyer and you need 3% closing costs and there's 30 offers on a property, chances are you aren't going to get it. And it's not because there's a bias against owner occupants or a bias against the type of financing. Simply put, a cash buyer can pay more and get their offer accepted, whereas an FHA buyer, in order to pump up that price, is likely looking at not getting an appraisal, having it come back on the market, and at some point in the future, because they couldn't meet the appraisal conditions, and the seller having to put it back out there again, taking all that market risk and all that delay. So sellers have been tending to accept cash offers over financing offers. So if you're out there and you have the cash, my suggestion is write a cash offer and secure the house, especially if it's going to be one of those deals, okay? Right? If not, then go to the 180, 190 house. Those are still great houses. And write what you think is a reasonable offer. Okay. Second thing is, when you're writing up your offers, look at the terms you're using. We saw a really good cash offer, but they wanted 60 days. And when we asked them, it was, well, they have to get the cash together. And you know what? That's not going to work when we have multiple offers. In a lot of cases, sellers are going to accept a conventional offer, another type of offer that can close in a sooner amount of time than having to wait 60 days. All of the terms you use. Another good one is make your earnest money non-refundable. If you're really that confident about your ability to buy, your client's ability to buy, say, look, after 7 days due diligence, we're going to make the earnest money non-refundable, and then that way, if it doesn't finance or whatever, the seller gets something out of it. That's going to give you an edge of those other 30 or so people out there. All right. Additionally, stay away from the hot deals. If you see a property just looks too good to be true, it probably is. And it probably isn't going to sell for that price. Have a talk with your client. Sit down and say, hey, look, this is what's going on in the marketplace. I know this house has this list price on it, but this is going to attract 30 offers, and chances are that whoever's going to get it may or may not end up moving forward with the purchase. So just keep in mind that to stay away from the killer deals, because maybe they're not that great. Okay, look for stuff on the market 25 days, 55 days, and 85 days. And the reason I use those numbers is because most of the inventory right now are REO properties, and of those REO properties, they tend to get price reductions every 30 days, 30, 60, 90. If you're writing an offer on something that's been on the market 25 days, chances are there's either a price reduction in the works, or it's going to happen pretty quick after your offer gets processed, and you have a good shot of finding out about those deals. We've seen properties, we had one last year that went from 820 to 510 on a 90-day price reduction because they just met their criteria and they had to make a big adjustment to sell the property. And we just gotten an offer in just before the 90 days, and we were able to work a deal between the bank and the seller, bank and the client, to make it work for them. So if you're looking for those benchmarks, you're likely to find out about price reductions before other people do, and you have a better shot of getting your offer accepted, okay? The other thing is use the preferred lender. Look, if it says on there, use Bank of America, this person, call that person. Fighting or arguing with the listing agent or the seller is not going to work. Many times they have been, told to use that person for the pre-quals, and even if you have a pre-qual in general from that bank, it may not be underwritten correctly or gone through the same process. At least call the person, give them what you've got, let them put their seal of approval on it, and you can move forward with your purchase. So those are some of my tips for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the new data and what's going on, and some other ideas and thoughts to get you your offers accepted in this marketplace. And that's the real estate update for today. I'm Todd Miller, owner broker of Nevada Realty Solutions. If you have any questions, any inquiries of any kind, I've got my information on the screen there, as well as all of my Twitter handle if you want to follow me on Twitter. And I hope you have a great week. Thanks.